Welcome, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Angels Speak. Hello. Thank you for finding this. When you come in, thank you for sharing this. Hello. Hi, Tamara. Thank you for being here. We're streaming on just about every social media there is right now. Hi, Annie. Thank you for being here. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Hi, TikTokers. Hi, Trisha. Oh, thank you all for being here right now. Isabel, hello on Facebook. Your dad, thank you for the likes. As you're coming in, please give a like to the live. That gets it out in front of more people. And if you feel like giving a gift, a rose or whatever, thank you for doing so. Auntie Jean Lorio, thank you for being on Facebook. I know you're going to jump on TikTok in just a minute, but thank you for being here. Deirdre, hello, and thank you for sharing. Carolina, hello. Thank you for being here today. All right, so we're getting people finding us. Pat Moss, good evening to you. Julie Kiss, hello. Rosebud, hi. Candace, thank you for being here. Rookie, hi on Facebook. Cindy, hello. So as you come in, please give a like, because the likes get us in front of more people. And that's our goal, is to get the messages out there more and more. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Sydney, Julia, Spencer. Hello, everyone finding this. So on this broadcast, what I do is read a message that the angels give every day. They give a collective message for all of us. Hi, Patty. Oh, thank you for being here. Hi, Tina. Marlene, hello on Facebook. All right, so the angels give a message every night when I sit with them, and then I come on and read it at 4:44 in the afternoon. And then we just talk. We have a discussion about the message or questions that you might have. It's not a time when I do readings. I see some of you already asking a question. I don't give private messages on here. I give the message that the angels want us all to hear. And then we just have a conversation. Hi, Charlie. Thank you for being on Facebook. All right. So let's get to the message that they want us all to hear. Jean, there you are on TikTok. One of my moderators just showed up. Hi, Jean Lorio. Please give her a follow and let's get to build this community together. All right. So the message today for all of us, for everyone listening, is something good is happening today. Until one has loved an animal, a part of one's soul remains unawakened. Anatole France. It's not always humans that need rescuing. I find myself in tears often when an animal is hurt and is rescued. I have a really tender heart for those who can't let us know sometimes that something is wrong or how we can help them. It is one of the reasons my friend Karen Palmer and I wrote the book, Time Heals for Animals, and we included so much wonderful information about how we can be a voice for the voiceless. A few days ago, I heard a remarkable story of an elephant and her baby who were in dire need of rescue in a park in Thailand. The baby had fallen into a drainage hole, and its mother would not leave its side. The rescuers included volunteers, veterinarians, and construction workers who worked diligently for over 3 hours in the pouring rain to help. When the mother was tranquilized to calm her down, she also fell into the hole. When they were able to get her out, that's why the construction workers were there. They had to use a crane. When they got her out, she passed out from the stress and she had to be administered CPR. The community helpers never left her side and were able to revive her. They were able to get the baby out of the hole, and reunite the mother and the baby. And then the mother calmed down after the baby elephant started suckling, feeding. She woke up, and that's exactly what she needed. She's able to get to her feet. The veterinarian who helped stated, despite the obstacles, the mother did not leave her baby's side. This experience touched our hearts and will be one of the most remarkable rescues we've done. It was truly a touching story of compassion and community effort to help in a huge way. Dear angels, sometimes we look at the world we live in and we only see the contrast, the uncaring, and how we are hurting each other. Hearing about acts of kindness seems to help us know that there is good happening in our world and gives us hope to hold on to, that goodness is inside each of us. Dear ones, indeed, compassion does not just extend from human to human, but includes all of life on earth. When you make quality of life a priority, whether human, animal, or plant, then you are stepping outside of your egocentric self and into your spirit self. There is more compassion in the world than you might think, given the news, but dear ones, we encourage you to seek to find the positive actions being taken, and then you will realize that what we say is true. Do not be misled by what the darkness tries to convince you of, but rather seek to find what is right and true in your world, that all beings have a higher self. Some may be caught up in the illusion of the separation and the darkness, but there is still a spark inside of them, as all beings come from the divine. It is imperative that you recognize this and keep lifting each other up, especially those who cannot see their own light. It is not for you to judge another being's journey, only to love and keep sending your light for all to see. Dear angels, thank you. I love you. And today, I promise to look for the good happening all around me, knowing that it is there, if only I will open my eyes to see and my ears to hear. Ooh, oh my goodness. We have a bunch of people that came in while I was doing that reading. I hope you enjoyed that message from the angels. I hope it touched your heart. This particular story, I saw it on video, actually. I saw part of the rescue that they did where they had to get the mother out of the hole first and revive her. And there were guys from the village that were on top of the elephant trying to get her heart stabilized and bring her back. And then they got the baby out. And it was just so heart-touching that I was in tears. I cry when an animal is just needing attention sometimes. But when they're hurt, it really is heart-wrenching. So let's see who came in. Blue, hello. Joanne Castillo, Katori, hi there. And yes, Julie Kiss, wasn't that a beautiful story? So thank you for all of you coming in on TikTok. Thank you for the gifts and the likes. And Jen, thank you for that rose. So thank you all for coming in. If there's anything that you'd like to say about this message, it's a message of hope. That's what I like, is that in the last couple of days, the message from the angels has been to pay attention to what's going on in a positive way. We always get shown and told what's happening bad, right? How we're hurting each other, how we're killing each other, how we're doing this and that to each other. We aren't told about stories like this. We aren't told about communities coming together, like what was shared yesterday in New Orleans, about how the whole community comes together to help people who don't have enough to eat. And they stock refrigerators where people can come by and get a meal if they're in need of having something to eat. So we don't hear the good news. And I want to make this particular show a good news show. I want to make this something where we can just leave here feeling uplifted and feeling blessed, because like they said, the good is there. We just have to open our eyes to see it. We have to open our ears to hear about it. And so what the angels have been doing the last couple of days is pointing out things that are happening that are really good, and how we can love on each other, we can help each other. And that's why I want to build a community on social media that just encourages each other, that helps each other in a big way to know that we're not alone. We really are not alone in this thing called life. We think we are, we come here, we're new, we're fresh, we just come from spirit when we're born. And so we're excited, we're happy. And then, we start learning what life on earth is like, and the heaviness of the 3D, and how, people treat us. So I want this time together every day to be where we can remember who we are. We can remember our magnificence. We can remember what it's like to give a hand up to somebody that might need it, somebody that is only seeing the bad things, only seeing the contrast, and maybe some of you listening have been in that situation where it's just been struggle after struggle after struggle. And trust me, most of my life was that. For most of my life, I had to deal with abuse. I had a lot of abuse in my life, a lot of bullying, and then a lot of attacks from different people. Then there was disease. So I've dealt with the contrast all of my life until about 10 or 12 years ago, when I decided, life is too short. The angels say we're only here for a minute. We're only on this earth plane for such a short length of time. We come in and then time starts flying by in our human time. And before we know it, we're back in spirit again. We've left the human body. What do we do in that in-between? That's what's important. What are we doing with our life here on this earth? How are we living it to the best we can to make a world that works for all of us? It's not about taking as much as it is giving. We can take and take and take, and that doesn't help anybody if we're being in that selfish mode. What did the angels call it? The egocentric mode. But if we're looking outside of ourselves and we're looking at what's going on and saying, what can I do? How can I help? Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the gifts, you guys. Carolina, that is so awesome of you. You all on TikTok, please go like and follow each other so that we can get this community built up. Thank you for doing that. I know Jean is in here. She's also communicating with you all. Thank you, JJ, for being here. I see you're new. Thank you. So what I encourage us to do, each one of us, is to just ask that question of ourselves every day. What can I do? What can I do today to make this a better world? I used to say, does it really matter what I do? I'm just one person, right? There's just one of me. What does it matter if I'm angry? What does it matter if I'm upset and I yell at somebody or, say something mean and nasty to people? It's just me, right? But then I learned that each one of us has this huge energy field that extends out beyond the physical body. So we have the physical that we can see. This is what we see when we look in the mirror or we look at each other. Then we have our spirit self that is inside of us and extends to the outside. And it extends way out beyond our physical body. So whatever we're doing, if we are saying something nasty, if we are thinking it about another, if we're judging and being criticizing of somebody, if we're angry, if we're sad, whatever we're feeling goes out into that energy that's extending out beyond us and going into this whole big collective soup of energy. So yes, it does matter. It matters if I put a smile on my face. It matters if I lift somebody's vibration. If I tell somebody, oh my gosh, you look so pretty today, or, you're an amazing individual. If we start doing things like that, encouraging each other, loving on each other, it really does lift the vibration of the whole planet. It's the frequency that we're putting out. And when we can encourage each other and make somebody feel good inside because we've, first of all, acknowledged their presence, we're all here. But sometimes, I know for me, I've experienced this where it feels like people are looking right through you. They don't even see you, or they're looking beyond you for whatever they're looking for. Acknowledge each other, say hello, smile, make eye contact. What we went through over the last few years with the pandemic and the lockdown and a lot of fear going on out in our world, it really did a number on us, on all of us. There was so much fear that was going on. It's time to step away from the fear and to acknowledge each other, to smile again, make the eye contact. Even if you're wearing a mask, I know there are people that still do that. But if you're in the grocery store, you're out shopping somewhere, just make eye contact. Let that person know, I see you. It's the most healing thing you can do for somebody that may be in a bad place. Maybe there's someone that's really thinking, I don't want to be here anymore. And I'll tell you a really short story about that to bring that point home. I have a dear friend that told me about an experience that she had when she was in high school. She was very outgoing. She was outgoing anyway in her whole life, but she was outgoing in high school. So she talked to everybody and she acknowledged everybody and said hello or good morning and spoke. And she said years later, she was at a reunion, I think. And this guy came up to her and thanked her. And she goes, what are you thanking me for? And he said, there was one morning you came down the stairs at school and you said hello to me. You said good morning and you looked at me and you smiled. He said, that day I had planned on taking my life. That day I felt like I just couldn't do this anymore. He was being bullied. He had nothing really to motivate him to move forward. So he had already decided at the beginning of the day that that was his last day on earth. And then here comes this angel walking down the stairs at school that just is always so bubbly and happy and outgoing. And she acknowledged him. She said hello to him. He was seen. He was heard. He was there. And somebody acknowledged that. You never know what somebody's going through. You never know who you're going to affect when you say hello to somebody, when you say, I see you, and you don't have to say it in words. You say it with your smile. You say it with your eyes. Carolina, I was just sharing that today. Eye contact, a smile, peaceful, calm energy towards others is so helpful. It really is. And I think that true story that I just shared really brings that point home. It really helps us all to understand, you know what? We're all in this together. There's none of us that are so special that we can't say hello to another person, that, we might have a whole lot going on inside of us. There might be some depression or sadness or, something heavy that you're going through. The best way to get out of that energy is to share an uplifting energy with somebody else, to put that smile on your face. It's just as important to put the smile on as it is to put your clothes on your body. It's the best thing we can put on when we go out and about and we see people, or in your own home. If there's others there and you're seeing them all the time, smile at them. Look at what a difference it will make if you lift the vibration in your own home where you're living and just tell somebody, hi, I see you, and just let them know that you acknowledge them instead of, they're just always there. And we have a tendency to do that. I'm speaking for myself. When I was in a marriage and had a home, I had that tendency to just take that person for granted. Hi, Sylvia from Arizona. So we have something from Jean Lorio. And Jean says, I have also heard this story, or one very similar to it. In the version I saw, after the mother and baby elephant went on their way, they rejoined the herd. A little later, the entire herd came back to the village and trumped to thank the people for helping the elephants. What you do for animals is so appreciated by them and by the spirit of love and light. If we are the consciousness of the universe, it also means we are caretakers of it as well. I believe we all feel this in our heart. I do too, Jean. I so agree with you. We are the caretakers, and we are the voice for the voiceless. The animals, they're always communicating with us. But until we take time to look in their eyes and to listen with our hearts to what they're trying to say, then we might be treating them just like we are that person we're taking for granted, that maybe we're always around, and we don't always take the time to acknowledge and say, I see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in my life. You're important to me. Because when you're looking at somebody in the eyes and you're smiling, that's the message you're giving them. You're important to me. You matter. And when we can say more of that in our world, when we can say, hey, you matter, because we all do, but we don't always acknowledge that, do we? We take things for granted. So I just wanted to bring the message from the angels like I do every day. I know I stayed on a little longer on Facebook, but we have quite the audience today on Facebook. Thank you all for being here. And on TikTok, oh my gosh, I just love this community that's being built. I just love all of you who want to have a community, who want to make a difference in the world. And this is how we do it. We do it by sharing with each other. We do it by saying those words or giving that smile, giving a hand up when we can. Not everybody has the ability to buy somebody a dinner or even a cup of coffee. But when we can do something, then if we do it, it makes such a difference to that person on the receiving end. So for me, it's not even about myself anymore. It's about what can I do to raise the vibration and the frequency in the world. And if that means that I buy somebody coffee, or I help them out at the grocery store, or whatever I can do, that's what it's all about now, is lifting the vibration of the whole planet. And, when somebody gifts me something, I know how I feel. I know how special that makes me feel for somebody. If I'm in a place and they buy me a cup of coffee, or they even just turn and say hello to me, or if I hold the door open and they say thank you, it makes a difference. And we feel that on the inside, and then that feeling is transmitted onto the outside. Sylvia, hello. I always try to pay it forward. It comes from my heart. And when you do that, when any of us do that, it makes such a difference, because it's so well received when it comes from the heart. And thank you for doing that. Thank you for making a difference in the world. Thank you for being here today. So for all of you that came in, please follow. Just go up and give a follow to everyone that's here on the live right now. And let's build this community to where we can come in and have the wonderful discussions. And Jean Lorio says, the worst thing about wearing masks is not being able to see the smiles. It must go to the eyes to be seen. I love smiles. I do too, Jean. And we have a morning show that we do on Facebook and YouTube, and it's called Morning Cup of Joy for those of you who are on TikTok. And we always talk about how important that smile is as you go through the day, to just really remember to smile. Sylvia says, I get little blessings in some ways. We always do. When we give, it's not about, oh, I'm going to just puff myself up and give. It's about, no, here you are. You are important. You are why I'm doing this, why I'm giving. And when we do that, that's coming from the heart. Sylvia, thank you for that reminder. Carolina says, I smile with my eyes and my body language. Yes, indeed. If you're pulling away and smiling, then you're not giving all of you with that smile. You're not giving the blessing with the smile. So thank you. Hi, Christy. Thank you for joining. Marie, all of you coming in, please like, share, follow on this live. So as I said, we can get the community built up. So I wanted to say goodbye to everyone on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And thank you for being here today. I come here every day at 4:44 Eastern and share the angel message and see if there's anything that you want to share, anything, questions, or anything that you want to contribute to the community. And such a beautiful community of our peas in the pea pod. So that's what I want to build on TikTok as well. Our community of peas is being extended. And we're called peas because we're all in this together. We're all fed from the same source. We're like-minded. So we are the peas for peace. And you're here, so you are a pea also. And I'm so glad that you're here to hear this today. So thank you, everyone on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I will see you tomorrow at 4:44. I appreciate you so much being here.